Welcome to Haunted History, where we explore the eerie and unexplained. Today, we delve into the chilling story behind The Exorcist, an infamous haunting that has captivated generations. The Exorcist is based off the famous horror novel written by William Peter Blatty that was published in 1971. He was inspired to write about the events after reading about them on the news while attending Georgetown University. The book was later adapted into the highly successful film that was released in 1973. The story was inspired by a real-life incident which took place in 1949 and involved the exorcism of a young boy named Roland Doe. While the true events behind the story are somewhat elusive and shrouded in mystery, here is an account of the details we have gathered about the story. In the late 1940s, Roland Doe, whose real identity remains undisclosed for privacy reasons, was a 13-year-old boy from Cottage City, Maryland. His family was devoutly religious, and they attended their local Lutheran church regularly. Roland was described as a reserved and introverted child. It all began when Roland's aunt, who practiced spiritualism, passed away. The boy deeply mourned her death and attempted to communicate with her through a Ouija board that she had given him for his birthday before her death. Roland messing with the board would result in the boy having several bruises and scratches all over his body and his bed from an unknown malevolent force. Soon after, strange occurrences began happening in the family's home. Furniture would move on its own, objects would fly across the room, and eerie scratching noises emanated from the walls. His parents became concerned and sought help from their local Lutheran priest, Father E. Albert Hughes, who asked his superior's permission to perform an exorcism on the teenager in late February of 1949. The church would grant his request and Hughes would go on to attempt to exorcise the boy. He strapped him to the bed and began to complete the exorcism but was stopped short when Ronald broke off a piece of the mattress and slashed the priest across his shoulder. After this failed attempt at exorcising the demon, Roland supposedly had the word, Louis, scratched into his skin. This was a sign to Roland's mother that they needed to go to St. Louis University to seek the help they needed to save her son. Upon hearing about the case, the local Catholic Church at St. Louis University agreed to investigate the activity. Father Walter Halloran, a young priest, was assigned to the case along with Father William Bowdern, a more experienced exorcist. The events that unfolded during the exorcism of Roland Doe were said to be unprecedented. In early March of 1949, the two priests would go on to fight a week-long battle trying to exorcise the demon from Roland. During their exorcism, they witnessed things flying in the air in Roland's presence, Roland levitating from the bed and reacting violently to holy objects. They supposedly even witnessed an X scratched into the boy's chest, which was interpreted by the priests as being the number 10, representing how many demons were inside the boy. During the rituals, Roland exhibited extraordinary strength and violent behavior. He once broke free from restraints, leading to the injury of one of the priests. Roland would speak in guttural voices, often in languages he had no knowledge of, and displayed a profound hatred towards clergymen. Then, on March 20, 1949, the exorcism took an even sinister turn. Roland had begun to uncontrollably urinate on his bed and became even more aggressive towards the priests, shouting, spitting, and cursing at them. This would ultimately be the last straw for Roland's parents, as they decided to take him to Alexian Brothers Hospital in St. Louis for further treatment. It would be here where the battle to save Roland's life would come to a head. While in his room, he began to experience uncontrollable seizures and claimed that Satan was with him. This would prompt the priests to do everything they could, from laying every holy relic on the boy's body to calling on Saint Michael to help expel the demons from Ronald. After months of several exorcisms, the battle would come to an end at the hospital. The phenomenon had apparently ceased entirely, with Roland claiming to have a vision of Saint Michael defeating Satan in a great battlefield. Roland Doe was able to live a relatively normal life as he grew older, though he maintained a private and guarded nature surrounding the events that took place during his adolescence. The true identity and current whereabouts of Roland Doe remain unknown. Over the years, various theories and rumors have circulated about his life after the exorcism. Some claim he pursued a career in the armed forces, while others believe he still encountered occasional paranormal occurrences. After these events, the room that Roland was in at Alexian Brothers Hospital was boarded up and sealed, with the entire hospital being shut down in 1978. Presently, the home in Maryland that Ronald lived in was abandoned in the 1960s until being purchased in 2005 for a price of $165,000. The only reason we even know about this story to this day came from an article from the Washington Post, which reported an article in 1949 about an exorcism that had taken place at a local hospital. It is important to note that due to the nature of the events and the limited information available, some details surrounding the story of Roland Doe may have been embellished or distorted over time. The accounts of witnesses involved in the exorcism were kept confidential to protect the privacy of those involved. The movie based on these events, The Exorcist, would go on to be one of the most popular horror movies of all time. It would inspire a whole new genre of horror movies that would follow suit in the many years to come. It was a box office hit, receiving more than $232.9 million in gross revenue upon its release. Viewers were disturbed by the nature of the film, with many people having to walk out of the theater due to the content of the film. The legend remains a captivating mystery, a tale of the unknown that continues to intrigue us. Whether you believe it's a real story of the horrors of the paranormal or a hoax, The Exorcist legacy endures, reminding us that even in our modern world, the unexplained can still send shivers down our spines. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey into the story behind The Exorcist. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more captivating tales of the paranormal. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the mysteries that surround us.